Hi guys, Yasas Kakalosirtate, which means hello and welcome in Greek to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a Greek classic that is such a comfort food. It's delicious. It's perfect all year long. We serve this in Greece. We make this in Greece pretty much all year long. In the summertime to use up those fresh garden vegetables. In the wintertime when you want something that warms up your soul and fills up your belly. It is so delicious. Let me tell you what it is. I haven't even said it. Ye-meesta. Ye-meesta basically means stuffed, and we're stuffing vegetables. Today we're going to be stuffing bell peppers, tomatoes, and I have a few eggplants from our garden that need to be stuffed. But you can really use any vegetables for this, all the ones that I named. You can do mushrooms, which will be a little bit more tedious because they're small unless you're using the big portobellos. You could even stuff onions. If you grow zucchini in your garden and you have the beautiful zucchini flowers, stuff those too. They're so good. Basically, you can stuff anything, and today we're going to be making a hearty stuffing made with rice and ground meat and lots of herbs. So delicious and easy and pretty healthy too, because it's a great way to get your veggies in. The stuffing cooks in the vegetables, and all of that flavor from the bell pepper and the tomato goes into it. The whole thing is absolutely delicious, and I did do this recipe a long time ago in the beginning of my channel. I'm doing the recipe over just to kind of add a few more tips and just make a little better video. The older videos are kind of hard to watch, but anyway, it's up there if you want to go take a look at it. I'm going to try to make it a little shorter too, but I'm going to put in all the information that wasn't in the other one. Let's get started. So we're going to begin making the filling. So the filling is super easy to make. I've used it to make a few different dishes on this channel. Starts off with onions. So you want to finely chop an onion and cook it with a little bit of olive oil over medium heat until it's nice and soft and golden. So then once the onions are cooked, I'm going to go in and add garlic. I have some garlic cloves that I've grated, and I'm going to warm them through just a little bit because they're already grated. You don't want them to burn. Then go ahead and add the ground beef at this time and cook it through, brown it just a little bit. Then I'm going to add some canned tomatoes that I've pureed. Then go ahead and season it with salt, pepper, some crushed red pepper flakes. Cook the mixture until the meat is fully cooked and the sauce thickens a little bit. Then I have some basmati rice. Now basmati rice is what I have on hand, but you can use any rice that you have. Any long grain rice will do. Just make sure you rinse it a few times under cold running water, maybe 5 or 6 times until that water runs clear, and then drain all of the water out. Add the rice to your meat mixture, and then you're going to want to season it with some more salt. So since I'm adding a cup of rice, I'm going to add a cup of water, and I'm only going to cook the rice for 7 to 8 minutes. You want it halfway cooked because it is going to continue cooking for a long time in the oven, and you don't want the rice to be mushy. Once 7 to 8 minutes pass, that's just enough time for most of the liquid to evaporate. Go ahead and take it off of the heat, and it's time to add the flavorings, which are all of these herbs. I have some finely chopped parsley and mint and some dried dill, and I'm going to stir them into the filling, and I'm going to set it aside so it can cool just a little bit while I get my veggies ready. So over here I have some bell peppers. I just like to cut the tops off, and of course they're washed, right? We always wash our veggies when we bring them home. Cut the tops off and take out the seeds, but save the tops because the tops you're definitely going to eat them. We don't like to waste anything, and they're also going to be like little covers for the ye-meesta. They look pretty and they taste delicious, so do not get rid of them. Just get rid of the seeds. Also, we're going to cut the tops of the tomatoes off, and I'm going to scoop out all of the filling and the seeds from the tomatoes because that actually went into the sauce that we made, the filling. So get the eggplant also scooped out. You could save that pulp for anything, for maybe a meat filling or something. It stays fresh in the freezer, or you could put it in your compost bin. It's up to you. And then it's time to season the potatoes. I have some russet potatoes that I've peeled and I've also cut into wedges. Put them in a bowl and just season them with a little bit of salt, pepper, some of that delicious tomato, and mix it all up with a little bit of olive oil, and just fill the little holes in your tray with the potatoes. They're going to be so delicious. They're going to roast and they're going to cook perfectly. This baking pan that I have here is the size of a half-sheet pan. It's very traditional in Greek cooking, and it's easy to find online. I'll put the link down below where you can get it on Amazon, or if you have any Greek specialty food stores, a lot of times they have cooking pans and things like that are commonly used in Greece. It's stainless steel. You'll be able to find it there, but I will put the link down below. Go ahead and sprinkle a tiny bit of sugar in your tomatoes. It helps cut the acidity. If you don't want to do that, no problem, leave it out. At this point, fill your veggies 3/4 of the way up with the rice and meat filling. At this point, you can just pour any remaining sauce on top of your veggies. You can drizzle a little bit more olive oil. This is a dish that does like to get drizzled with plenty of olive oil. Drizzle some olive oil on top, and if you want to, you can season it with a little bit of salt too. It's totally up to you. Cover it with foil and bake it for 1 hour at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Then remove the foil and let it bake for another about 45 minutes to an hour. It's however long it takes for those vegetables to be nice and tender and the filling to be fully cooked. Then go ahead and take it out of the oven and let it rest. This is a dish that you don't serve straight away hot out of the oven. You want everything to settle, all those flavors to come together, and it does taste best more at room temperature. It tastes amazing cold out of the refrigerator for breakfast. I've had it and it's just so yummy and delicious, but of course you can warm it through if you want to. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to eat it. This dish tastes delicious with some feta cheese. It also tastes good with some tzatziki on the side and a nice salad. I'm serving this tonight to my family with some Greek rice pudding. You're going to want to wait for that recipe because it's coming up next right after this video. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I hope you make this recipe. I hope your family loves it. And by the way, did I say that the leftovers taste even better the next day and the day after that? These leftovers stay fresh in the refrigerator for almost a week. They taste better each day, at least that's been my experience, as long as you put them in an airtight container. All the tips and tricks and everything that I might have forgotten are going to be on the blog post on dimitrasdishes.com. All the quantities are in the description box as well as on the printable recipe. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I will see you all next time. Yes, us.